Now, if one is serious about awakening to love, awakening or self-realization, and living a life that is to be rooted in what you are in your deep real nature, then we have to understand this, that closing is not an option. Staying open is you being you. Because what you are as awareness knowing, in which the entire cosmos appears in and moves, in which all beings has its form in, what you really are, bright awareness, doesn't close. So when there's a closure, it can't be what you are. So there's no option. Now, this might sound like a razor blade, but this is love. When you're really wanting to be seriously awake and real in a pure state of movement of love, there is no option to close. So you, awareness, knowing, stay open even with self-closure. So yourself can close because you gave it permission to close and closed it so often. Yeah? Because when things get really difficult for awareness that believes it's a body, mind, self, then that awareness, rather than being what it is, which is supremely eternal, chooses to identify with the mistaken identity of a body, mind, and closes. So it's a practiced functionality that you, awareness, mistakenly identified with yourself as a body, mind. And so you'll close when things don't feel like you believe they should feel. You following this so far? So begin to be aware, as awareness itself, that any level that closes, you don't close with it. You stay open because you are the openness in which the whole universe lives, and you are the bright openness of what love is moving as the universe. You are that openness. So now let's go to levels from the deep coming out to the surface. Well, that's great news that there's closure. Might not sound like it is, but that says to me, the deeper levels of patterning that have been subconsciously functioning that you put together whenever you did, because that's what we all do until we awaken and give that distortion up and be what we really are, creating likes and dislikes, which seems to be what is real. But your love, you have no like or dislike. Love doesn't have a like or dislike. So then when you're really awakening, that will bring up deeper patterning. And those patternings first off appear, their essential nature is closure. Their tendency is, because you made it so, to close off your highest possibilities through fear of change. So, let me just get this clear with everyone once again. When we're really awakening, expect closures on levels of person and self, and even felt in the body and sometimes even in the heart, because these patterns can get in to those levels of your embodiment, person, self, even relationships, of course, and the body, but they can't get into what you are. So that's why when you return to awareness knowing at the level of being, it becomes clear, hold on, that's the pattern. So when closure happens, stay open. And that closure, although it feels closed, it's the only way that that pattern can come home, because you moved as closure. So even when that pattern's coming home, you'll get intimate with what closure is. For you must know every speck of the universe. Every single speck of the universe. For you are God. So then when patterns come closed, they're actually coming close to your infinite nature to come home. They can't help but come closed because that's the way you dress them up. Let them come home. When that really happens for you, and you don't close as awareness because of a level of closure, you'll find a miracle will open in your own consciousness, in your own awareness. Suddenly you'll have this openness that happened because you as love brought a closure pattern home by simply responding, not as awareness closing, but awareness staying open to levels of yourself that are coming home dressed as closure. It's like you loving a child of yours that seems to have been spoiled or unruly or whatever it is, but you're saying you're welcome home no matter how you appear to be dressed. And that's you knowing every level of you, and you knowing every level of you, and letting every level of you come home no matter how it feels, how it moves, your thoughts, your feelings. You welcome it home. You stay open, knowing the deeper resonance of your heart. You welcome it home. Then it can undress. Then it can become naked and free, because it's welcomed home.